and its growth and introduction. In this topic, we are going to see about the gross domestic product and its growth. Gross domestic product or GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during a time of period. But first we should know what are goods and services. Goods are tangible items while services are activities which are intangible. Tangible means you can feel and touch, whereas intangible you could not. Market value is the price at which goods and services are sold in the market. We'll see an example. You're going to your hotel and order for 2 idlis and a cup of tea. Someone makes the idlis and tea and someone else serves you. So, the goods and services are also paid. This is what the GDP measures. We'll see the national income. National income is a measure of total value of goods and services produced by an economy over a period of time, normally a year. National income is called as Gross National Product, GNP, or National Dividend. Now we'll see the various terms associated with measuring of national income. Gross National Product, GNP, Gross Domestic Product, GDP, Net National Product, NNP, Net Domestic Product, NDP, Per Capita Income, PCI, Personal Income, PI, Disposable Income, DI. We'll see the terms one by one. First is GNP. Gross National Product is the total value of goods and services produced and income received in a year by domestic residents of a country. GNP can be calculated by adding consumption, investment, government expenditure, the difference of export and import value with the net factor income from abroad. Next we are going to GDP. Gross Domestic Product is the total value of output of goods and services produced by the factors of production within the geographical boundaries of the country. We'll see the NNP, Net National Product, is arrived by making some adjustment with regard to depreciation. That is, we arrive the Net National Product. So, NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. Net Domestic Product. Net Domestic Product is a part of Gross Domestic Product. It can be obtained by deducting the depreciation from GDP. So, NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. The next important term is per capita income. Per capita income is an indicator to show the living standard of people in a country. It is obtained by dividing the national income by population. Next is the personal income. Personal income is the total money income received by individuals and households of a country. The last term is disposable income, DI. Disposable income means actual income which can be spent on consumption by individuals and families. Thus, it can be expressed as DPI is equal to PI minus direct taxes. Now we'll see the gross domestic product in detail. GDP, that is Gross Domestic Product of India, includes only the market value of goods and services produced in India. For example, the market value of apples produced in Kashmir are included in our GDP. Since Kashmir is in India, the market value of apples produced in California, even if they are sold in Indian markets, are not included in our GDP because California is in US. Next is produced during a time period. If an year is the specific time period, the GDP of 2018 will include the market value of goods and services produced only during 2018. So, the bicycles produced in 2017 will not at all included in GDP, that is the measure of 2018. So all the manufacturers compete with each other to succeed in their free market economy. Next, we'll see the methods of calculating GDP. In our country, we calculate GDP through three approaches. First one, expenditure approach. Second one, income approach. And the third one is value added approach. We'll see the approaches one by one. First is expenditure approach. In this method, GDP is measured by adding expenditure on all the final goods and services produced in a country during a specific period. Y is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Income approach. This method is from the perspective of the earnings of the men and women who are involved in producing the goods and services. Here you see tea powder, milk, sugar, and the final product is cup of tea. The goods used to produce tea powder, sugar, and milk are intermediate goods. If the value added approach, the value added by each intermediate good is summed to estimate the value of the final good. Next, we'll see the importance of GDP. Study of economic growth, unequal distribution of wealth, problems of inflation and deflation, comparison with developed countries of the world, estimate the purchasing power, guide to economic planning and public sector. These are the importance of GDP, that is the gross domestic product. Next comes limitations of GDP. Several important goods and services are left out of the GDP, like the parental care. It is not at all included in the GDP or not at all sold in the market. Same way, clean air, which is vital for the healthy life, is left out of the GDP. Keeps the records of public sector and the private sector industries, which could help in correct estimation of GDP. Now we'll see the composition of GDP. Our Indian economy is divided into three sectors: the primary sector, the secondary sector, and the tertiary sector. We'll see the sectors one by one. First is primary sector. Agricultural sector and the allied activities is known as the primary sector. Cattle farming, fishing, mining, forestry, corn, coal, etc. comes under the primary sector. Next is the secondary sector. Industrial sector is the secondary sector. Iron and steel industry, cotton textile, sugar industry, jute industry, cement industry, paper industry, petrochemical industry, automobiles and other small industries come under this sector. Now we'll see the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector is known as service sector. Government, scientific research, transport and communication, trade, postal and telegraph, banking, education, entertainment, healthcare, and information and technology, etc. comes under this sector. Now we'll see the contribution of different sectors in GDP of India. India ranks second in the agricultural sector, sixth in the industrial sector, and eighth in the service sector in the world. We'll see the sector-wise contribution of GDP for the year 2018 and 19. Agriculture sector 15.87%, forestry and fishing also 15.87%, industry 29.73%, mining and quarrying 2.7%, manufacturing 16.83%, construction 7.54%, service sector 54.4%, trade, important aspect of the economic development. First, we'll discuss about the economic growth. Economic growth is the quantitative measure which considers the rise in the output produced in a nation in a particular period. Then what is the economic development? Economic development is the improvement in output with the advancement of HDI, that is Human Development Index. Growth is narrower. Growth is for certain period of process. Growth is an automatic process. T. Mahbub ul Haq, a Pakistani economist at the United Nations, introduced Human Development Index, that is HDI. HDI is a composite index of life expectancy at birth, adult literacy rate, and standard of living rate. This was to give a thrust to domestic industries and reduce dependence on foreign products and companies. Through 5-year plans, new industries were created. Poverty alleviation came as a corollary of rural development path of India. We'll see the factors supporting the Indian development. India is experiencing demographic transition that has increased the share of working age population from 58% to 64% over the last 2 decades. Strong legal system and many English language speakers have been a key attracting inward investment. Of many economic policies have been framed to increase the rate of economic growth and economic development. The important economic policies are agricultural policy to develop domestic agriculture. Second is the industrial policy to create employment and make our economy self-sufficient. And the third is new economic policy. It is commonly known as LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization. Next we'll see some other important policies in India. That is 2 trade policies. One is for import and export, that is international trade policy. The other one is the domestic trade policy for internal trade. Other than these policies, we have employment policy, currency and banking policy, fiscal and monetary policy, wage policy, and population policy. Next, we have come to the final topic of our lesson, GDP, the growth of India. India's economic growth since the year 1990s has been steady, stable, diversified, resilient, and reflect strong macroeconomics fundamentals. Despite the fluctuations in recent times due to the disruptions caused by 2 major structural reforms, one demonetization and the other one is goods and service tax GST. According to the International Monetary Fund World Economic Outlook, October 2018, GDP growth rate of India is projected as 7.3% and India is the fastest growing nation among the world. India ranks 5th place in this. Before concluding our lesson, we will have a small recap. We have discussed about the GDP, the 3 sectors of the Indian economy, GNP, NNP, GDP, NDP, PCI, PI and DI in detail. At last,
Hello friends, welcome to Stay